Hi, so today I'm joined by the team Rhino UK to talk about the sensory products that they sell and offer to different families. So I'll just start by introducing who we are at Parents Portal, and then I'll hand over for you to do the same about Rhino UK. Is that okay? Okay, so Parents Portal, who we are, we're a one-stop shop for people with special educational needs and disabilities. Age from babies to 25 years old. Our goal with our platform is to help our ever-growing community of parents to navigate the world of disability. And we do this by bringing to their attention helpful resources and sources of support that might be relevant to them, such as yourselves. So, could you tell us who Rhino UK are?
Yeah, no problem at all. So yeah, hello. I'm Linton. I work here at Rhino. I just want to start off really by saying it's great the work that you do, and it's all the support that you give is definitely needed. So appreciate that, and thank you for inviting us on. So yeah, here at Rhino, we set up in the early 2000s. So we're a family business, and it started off. It was my sister actually. She was born, and she had meningitis, and she, as a little baby, she benefited really from sensory therapy. So it's one where we really started to bring out more products that would work and be able to really listen to the market, if you like, and develop products that really worked and make sensory therapy more accessible through having products available, basically. So, nearly 20 years on, we now have a lot of equipment in hospitals. So there might be people out there that have seen our sensory Voyager trolleys that are very common on wards. You can take them up to the bedsides, hospital beds. There's lots in Great Ormond Street Hospital and many other children's hospitals. We also do full fit out rooms to schools, children's centres, care homes. And we also have a e-commerce website, which does all the smaller resources and sensory products as well. So we sort of do the full range, if you like.
Yeah, everything sounds great. Yeah, and really useful and really beneficial to a lot of people. So you're all in the business, you're all sensory specialists, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So what qualifies somebody as a sensory specialist?
So
Like,
as you know, there's no degree for being a sensory specialist, but
yeah.
what we always say is that we're always here to help, basically. So we're not salespeople or anything like that. It's about understanding what sensory requirement you have and then finding the best products that are going to help with that need, basically. So we're always looking at new products, new ideas that we can implement and really provide to those that need sensory therapy the most, really.
Okay, great.
So yeah, we do see a lot of, we get as much feedback as we can from people that use sensory equipment, things like that. So it's more something that comes from experience and being out there and looking to learn.
Yeah, great. So the people that use your products in, your services, your sensory services, do you have a specific condition that you tend to help with more, or is it very varied in who sort of needs your help?
No, it is very varying. So traditionally, sensory has really been used for autism.
Okay.
But in more recent years, we're seeing it used a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Again, even in mainstream primary schools, we're seeing it being used for all students, where they might be going through a difficult time or they're just needing time to calm down, chill out, or even to use it for learning activities, because we're all sensory beings. We
Very
all
true.
we all like sensory feedback in whichever way that we work. People like to go to a coffee shop, for instance. They like to smell the coffee, hear everyone talking.
Yeah.
People have their routines, which are often related to sensory feedback.
Amazing. So do you are all of your team members involved at all stages of if you're installing a sensory space for a institution or whatever, is everybody involved at every stage, or do you sort of have partners that you say, can you like delegate the work to them if they're more specialist in a certain task?
Yeah, we do. So if we're doing a fit out of a room, you'll generally have myself and a couple of my colleagues that will help you in designing the space, or finding the right products. And then we'll take you through to the whole process to where you're ready to go ahead. And then if there is some installation involved in any of the products, we would hand over to our project manager, who are a lot more equipped to install safely and smoothly, basically.
Okay. So what like different types of like services do you offer in terms of like the spaces? So like is it like sensory room or like a sensory garden? Is it like limited or is it just wherever like on an individual basis?
Not at all. So we're all about creating sensory solutions. So we'll create
Okay.
any solution that's sensory based, if you like. So
Okay.
yes, we create spaces. So from a hospital waiting room where you've got a busy, heavy traffic area, we're putting
Hmm.
things on the walls, ceilings, things like that, right down to a bedroom, or a bathroom even, where you're just wanting some projectors, some mood lighting, maybe some sound as well. So whatever space you need, there's always a solution that we can come up with really to help with that. And then of course we do individual products as well, even down to like fidget toys and things like that as well.
Sounds great, yeah. So do you have like physical like examples of like previous ones you've done that other people can see? Is it in like, or is it in a brochure, or is it just because it is so bespoke that you just sort of consult with that person and be like, take a look at the space? Um, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
are there like
yeah.
previous examples that you can show them, or?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you check out our website, we have a full case studies page, and we've got loads of galleries on the different room types as well, that you can scroll through. And again, if someone lets us know the type of room they're looking for, we can then provide them with more photos as well. We like to have a photo of every job that we do, so we've got a large bank over the years.
Oh, great. So if somebody requires like more products and more services that can sort of be out of their price range, is there any like funding options for them to help them financially?
Yeah, so with parents, I would definitely say that it's worth having a little Google around for. There's a lot of wish granting charities now. Um,
Hmm.
I won't name any right now, because they all have different eligibilities in terms of
Hmm. Hmm.
need as well. I can certainly provide you with some details afterwards.
Great.
So I would definitely check that out and speak to them, because there are some amazing charities out there that will part fund or fully fund um, sensory equipment. But as I
Hmm.
say, that is very much based on the condition of a child, and they all have their own criteria, if you like, for granting those wishes.
Um, so what are your like, obviously because of COVID and everything has affected most businesses, would you
Yeah.
say it's had much of a like negative impact on your family business, or have you managed to just carry that on because it's a lot of e-commerce now?
Yeah, it has. So e-commerce side definitely helped, and we
Hmm.
we launched what we called a sensory at home campaign. So we were trying to really provide products, because what we found is there's been a lot of persons that haven't been able to go to their normal school or day
Mm.
centre or respite, during the early months of COVID, if you like. So we've been trying to help out on a domestic side, with smaller and more accessible products. So yeah, certainly in the earlier months when
Mm.
everyone was a bit panicky, but we've managed to keep delivering products all the way throughout, and can and not use COVID as an excuse.
Amazing. Yeah, because a lot of places like that have like home visits, don't they, to sort of
Yeah,
scope out the space that they're going to be working in and help to adapt. So obviously, if you can't then visit somebody's home, then it's a lot more difficult to be like, oh, put me on Zoom and sort of pan me around your space.
yeah.
So it's amazing that it hasn't had to impact you too much.
Not too much. And again, like you say, yeah, we've used Teams or Zoom
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot more, and it's surprising what you can do with that as well. So with that, we
Very
have
true.
managed
Yeah.
to keep in contact and take measurements virtually, if you like.
Yeah, I suppose that's one of the main things that people look for as well, anyway, isn't it? Is just to have that sort of point of contact. So it doesn't necessarily
Yeah,
always have to be like physical, sort of, I'm here, I'm doing something actively. It's like just like the advice side, they can sort of then implement what you tell them, sort of thing. So it doesn't always have to be, you have to be there, present physically. So that's good.
no, absolutely. That's what we're
Mhm.
always here to do, is always be there on the phone when anyone rings. And again, we have a live chat as well, which we've always tried to keep up, so we're as accessible there as we can be.
Yeah. So with you already having gone for was 2 decades, you said, wasn't it? Yeah, it's about around
Nearly.
20 years. Oh, exciting. Do you have any like future plans that are different from your current? Like, are you making any changes, adding anything, in the future that exciting?
Um, yeah, well, yeah, we're always looking for new avenues, but I think one thing that we're really looking to develop is um, a more end user friendly e-commerce website.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
we feel the one we have is more centered at sort of organizations and for larger
Mm.
products, but have something where there's, good quality domestic products available for quick deliveries, and somewhere where you can really find a solution really quickly. So a lot better for parents to find, products for the home, if you like.
Proportionally speaking, what would you say is like the divide between like your customer base being organizations and being like individuals, like families and things? Is it quite even, or is it mostly organizations at the moment anyway?
It would be mainly installs and organisations, charities, things like
Hmm.
that. I'd probably
Yeah.
say it's hard to say off the top of my head, to be fair, but yeah,
Mhm.
um, but most of our e-commerce would certainly be to domestic.
Okay. So if parents did want to make inquiries, obviously like through the website, and you said about the live chat, but is there any other ways for them to find out more information if they're unsure whether purchasing something from you is the right option for them?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, like I say, you can definitely always call us, use the live chat. But we have some brilliant content of blogs. So if you check out our inspiration page, it is, so our website's rhinouk.com.
Hmm.
So there's loads of blogs out there which are really interesting to read. Um, and again, you can check out our socials. They're all Rhino Sensory UK.
Hmm. And then the like points of contact, are they the same for regardless of the reason for inquiring, or do you have specific like if you're looking for buying something, if you're looking for, you know, having an installation done, is it a different like use this sort of method of contact, or is it just
No, it's all the same contact. So
okay?
yeah, you can just call us on our main number. Again, the live chat, and then yeah, we'd just take it from there and help you from there, basically.
Sounds fab. Yeah, I'm just thinking, did I have any more pressing questions for you? It was mainly just like, do you have like a most popular like individual product that sort of always seems to be in high demand from people, like it like because I know you do kits as well, don't you? Obviously individual products and also like sensory kits for different like needs, but do you have like one like item on your store, say, that always seems to be, in demand, in high demand?
Yeah. No, I think that definitely the ones we've seen this year have been our fidget toys.
I
So
wonder why.
yeah, exactly. I
Especially
don't know
this
whether
year,
TikTok's had
yeah.
anything to do with that. So yeah, definitely check that out. So we have and again, the other product would be our weighted resources as well. So like weighted blankets, definitely a brilliant product to use, to help aid
Yeah.
in sleep, and also de-escalation and calming down as well. So
Amazing. It's good when like things obviously, as you say, because we're all sensory beings, like even though it might be parents with children with additional needs and disabilities that are looking for these items, actually people who don't have disabilities can also use them. So then from a child's
Absolutely.
perspective, they don't feel like sort of alienated that they've got some sort of product that is only, is disability labeled. It's like, well, I've got this product, but you could also play with it. You could also use it so that it's still more normalized for them. I think that's nice that, it's a very universal product. A lot of what you offer is
Yeah,
great.
it's brilliant. The fidget toys have really taken a storm and almost been a bit of a trend, which I think is brilliant because, yeah, like you say, it makes it a lot more accessible to anyone that may have felt uncomfortable using them in the past.
Good conversation starter and good like social skills development, I suppose, isn't it? Because you can also then
Absolutely.
work on sharing with people, and that's a skill in itself that is good for developing. That's great. Yeah. So thank you for talking to me. I think I've asked all my planned questions, and I think I've learned a lot
Brilliant.
more ahead of what I already from my research. Learn even more now, and even more intrigued to go and have a scope on the site and your store. So I'm sure a lot of our parents will be doing the same. So thank you for taking the time to speak with me. It's been really interesting.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Just say that this video will be saved to our Facebook page if anybody can't watch live and wants to see it afterwards, and we'll also be uploading it to our YouTube channel, so we will notify everybody when that has gone up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.